So the number of electrons shared, gained or lost by an atom gives the valency of that atom. Now consider hydrogen, lithium and sodium. The electronic configuration of these elements are given. From the electronic configuration, it is clear that these elements have one electron in their outermost shell. Now consider sodium. It has one electron in its M shell, which is the outermost shell. So how can sodium get octet configuration in its outermost shell? It is by losing one electron which is present in the M shell. Now how can lithium get stability? By losing one electron. If lithium loses one electron which is present in the L shell, it will have an electronic configuration as 2 electrons in the K shell. Since the K shell is completely filled, it will be stable. So in these examples, we have found that by losing one electron, they can get stability. Number of valence electrons present in these elements is equal to 1. Therefore, the valency is also taken as equal to 1. Now consider magnesium and aluminium. The electronic configuration of magnesium is 282, aluminium is 283. How many electrons, valence electrons are present in magnesium? 2 valence electrons. And in the case of aluminium, number of valence electrons present is equal to 3. So how can these elements get octet configuration in their outermost shell? In the case of magnesium, it is by losing 2 electrons. Whereas in the case of aluminium, it can get octet configuration by losing 3 electrons present in the M shell. So in the case of magnesium, since 2 valence electrons are present, the valency is also taken as equal to 2, since 2 electrons are lost by magnesium to get octet configuration. In a similar way, if we consider aluminium, since 3 electrons are present in its outermost shell, and by losing 3 electrons, it can get octet configuration, valency of aluminium is also equal to 3. Next, consider nitrogen. The electronic configuration is given as 2,5. Oxygen, the electronic configuration is given as 2,6, and fluorine, it is 2,7. How many valence electrons are present in nitrogen? It is equal to 5. What about the number of valence electrons present in oxygen? It is 6, and that of fluorine is 7. Now consider nitrogen having 5 valence electrons. How can nitrogen get octet configuration? 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Since 5 electrons are present in its outermost shell, nitrogen requires 3 more electrons to get an octet configuration. So nitrogen gains 3 electrons. By gaining 3 electrons, nitrogen can get octet configuration. What about oxygen? It should gain 2 electrons to get octet configuration. And fluorine has to gain 1 electron to get octet configuration. So number of valence electrons in nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine is given as 5, 6 and 7 respectively. Now how can we calculate the valency in the case of nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine? Note that it is not the same as equal to number of valence electrons. Another formula has to be used. What is the formula? 8 minus number of valence electrons. Thus in the case of nitrogen, valency will be equal to 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3. What about oxygen? Valency is equal to 8 minus 6, which is equal to 2. And in the case of fluorine, valency is given as 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So how can we calculate the valency of an atom? It is either equal to the number of valence electrons, or it can be calculated using the formula 8 minus number of valence electrons present in the atom. In the case of hydrogen, number of valence electrons present is equal to 1. Its valency is also equal to 1. The number of valence electrons present in helium is 2, but the valency is equal to 0 because it is an inert gas element. In the case of lithium, the number of valence electrons present is equal to 1 and valency is also equal to 1. In the case of beryllium, number of valence electrons equal to 2, valency equal to 2. In the case of boron, number of valence electrons 3 and valency is also equal to 3. Now consider carbon. Number of valence electrons present is equal to 4. Now how can it get octet configuration? By sharing 4 electrons. So that is why the valency of carbon is taken as 4. In the case of nitrogen, number of valence electrons present is equal to 5 and valency is equal to 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3. In the case of oxygen, number of valence electrons 6 and valency is equal to 2. In the case of fluorine, number of valence electrons 7 and valency equal to 1. In the case of neon, valence electrons is equal to 8 but valency is equal to 0 because neon is an inert gas element. In the case of sodium, magnesium and aluminium, number of valence electrons present is equal to 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Therefore, in the case of sodium, magnesium and aluminium, the valency is also taken as equal to 1, 2 and 3. Now consider silicon. Number of valence electrons is equal to 4. Valency is equal to 4. It can be taken as 8 minus 4, which is equal to 4. Now consider phosphorus. Number of valence electrons is equal to 5. It can exhibit two different valencies, either 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3, or it can be equal to number of valence electrons, that is 5. Now consider sulfur. Number of valence electrons present is equal to 6 and valency is equal to 2. And in the case of chlorine, number of valence electrons is equal to 7 whereas valency is equal to 1. Argon, it is an inert gas element. Number of valence electrons present is equal to 8 but valency is equal to 0. Thus we have learnt that valency is the combining capacity of an atom and it is equal to number of valence electrons, or it can be calculated using the formula 8 minus valence electrons.